Welcome to the Storytimes review of Kämpfer, or as I've taken to calling it, why Eric isn't allowed to pick shows anymore.
I told you I was blasted!
Kämpfer is a German word meaning fighter. As there is so little fighting in this show, we've come up with some other German words that would make a better title.
Blödes Arschloch. Schlamper. Fick dich. Was für ein Trottel.
Sterben und brennen Sie, Velos Schwein! Ihre Götter sind nicht!
Eric?
Story. Once upon a time, a boy named Natsuru Seno had a problem. One day, he woke up to find he was transformed into a girl and had a magic bracelet and had to fight other girls with magical bracelets just like him, known as Kämpfers. Oh no! His mutilated teddy bear explains to him that only girls can be Kämpfers, which is why he turned into one. Someone somewhere just died from how stupid this is. As a Kämpfer, his first opponent is a girl who matches his ability to shoot fire out of his hands with her ability to own a gun. He saves her life from a falling telephone pole, so she instantly falls in love with him and explains more about how fucking bullshit, Kämpfers work.
The other Kämpfer named Akane says their bracelets are the same color. As such, they are on the same team. But wait, you say, if she knows they're on the same team, why was she shooting at him? Look, here are some boobs, says Kämpfer. But Akane and Natsuru don't have time to answer any more important questions like, why is the school separated by gender, and why have the separation if no one seems to have any trouble going to each side because they are attacked by the president of the student council, who is a red Kämpfer, Akane and Natsuru's actual enemies. So the two of them team up to fight her, but during the fight, Sakura, the romantic interest of our main character, is grazed by a bullet and passes out.
Realizing that they need to keep their fights out of the public eye lest someone be hurt, Shizuku, the student council president, decides to send Natsuru over to the girls' side of the school, where he will attend in his girl form. How does this keep Kämpfer fights any less public, you may ask? Look, here's a butt, Kämpfer replies. Natsuru finds Sakura has recovered remarkably from her trauma of being shot by a handgun in a school in a country where most citizens don't even own guns. She is more concerned with meeting Natsuru's girl form, who she has fallen madly in love with, while she hardly considers his presence as a guy. Though to be fair, he barely has any presence regardless of his gender. So Natsuru begins his new life as a warrior schoolgirl despite not really being either one.
Natsuru finds that his girl form is so panty-ruiningly hot that he has essentially become a walking Axe body spray commercial. Remember those? Those were stupid. He has become so popular that a gaggle of side characters turn up to exploit him. I don't remember any of their names, and neither do you, you liar. In a way, you could argue that the photo shoots and underage lingerie shows exploiting him for money is a statement on the objectification of women, but that would be giving this show credit, and we're not fucking doing that. Besides, it's never played for anything but comedy, like the scene where 3 girls kidnap him, molest him, and then it just cuts to him walking home afterwards. Sexual assault doesn't become funny just because it isn't a guy doing it. And speaking of...
Shizuku puts the red versus blue business on hold and makes several non-consensual moves on Natsuru because everyone's rolling natural ones on their characters not being magical teenage rapists. When not invading his face with her tongue, she tells him that she has reason to believe that Sakura is behind the Kämpfers fighting each other and that another one will appear soon. Then she does! She's not important, but Akane thinks it's the most metal thing ever. They all go over to Sakura's place to play kissing games, and...
Sorry, I'm trying to die. Fine!
They go to Sakura's place, she bad touches Natsuru, and then a white Kämpfer shows up for a fight, and then leaves all within 45 seconds. Wasn't that interesting?
Shizuku asks Natsuru on a date because bad people make worse decisions. Natsuru agrees because he thinks it's a ploy to lure out the white Kämpfer despite being corrected multiple times before, during, and after the date. President Rape commands Natsuru to buy her a memento to remember their date by, so he gets her a keychain and she tells him girls will like anything their boyfriend gets them. No, they don't. Because Natsuru won't shut up about her, Shizuku asks him why in the name of the Elder Gods he likes Sakura and not her or anyone else. Oh, this ought to be good.
Sakura-sanは綺麗だ。
Great start, kid.
性格だって良くて、 上品だし。
She is neither of those things. She's been needy and possessive. But Natsuru suddenly asks Shizuku, "Do you need a reason to fall in love with someone?" Yes!
In a rare moment of self-awareness, Shizuku begins talking about how there doesn't seem to be a reason for campers to fight each other, so she is making it her mission to find out the truth behind this god-awful mess of a series. Natsuru falls asleep and Shizuku somehow doesn't consider the date to be a complete bust. But Sakura isn't too fond of Shizuku trying to figure out the truth and begins mind-controlling Natsuru to seduce Shizuku and keep her out of the way. Because it turns out Sakura is in league with these new white campers. Oh no!
My God!
My God, man! Shizuku finds it in herself to resist the, tempting offer, despite having had no problem straight up assaulting the guy when his mind was his own.
Shizuku swipes a stuffed animal from Sakura, having deduced that everyone she's given one to has become a Kämpfer, and interrogates it. It tells Natsuru and Shizuku that far off in space, a red and blue alien are fighting, but to keep the damage minimal, beings known as moderators, represented by the color white, create the Kämpfers to wage proxy wars on their behalf. Shizuku tongues Natsuru's brain back in order and tells him about a friend of hers who was a red Kämpfer but died fighting, giving Shizuku the motivation to figure this all out. Natsuru says he's still not convinced that Sakura is the villain. He heads over to her place and gets mind-controlled again.
Sakura reveals her motivation for creating a fighting harem of white campers and getting rid of Natsuru and his friends is that she's a man-hating lesbian.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Am I still here?
Why does she hate men? Why then is she fighting campers? They're all girls! That's the one prerequisite for being one! Look, here's an ending, says Kämpfer. With Natsuru on her side, Sakura and her minions capture Shizuku and the others and orders Natsuru to kill him. But when Natsuru sees Shizuku's stupid keychain from their date and remembers that it would be out of character for him to be of use to anyone, Sakura literally flies away in defeat and the girls start fighting over Natsuru. The end. We're not doing the Christmas episode. Peace, bitches! Kämpfer is really just not worth the effort. I'd rather drink bleach.
It would be easy to declare Kämpfer an unblinking void of lackluster tastelessness and call it a day, but it is so execrable and removed from anything resembling value or decency that it calls to mind a larger issue. That Kämpfer was made isn't the problem. The problem is all of the shows like it, and that there are so many shows like it. Kämpfer is a symptom of a larger disease, and that is perhaps its biggest disgrace. Not the cheap animation, forgettable and unfitting soundtrack, bottom-of-the-barrel unoriginal comedy, excessive fan service, shallow and unlikable characters, but that all of those factors came together in a perfect storm of trashiness, and that all that can be done about it is throw Kämpfer onto the ever-climbing pile of everything like it. To quote Charlie Broker's Black Mirror, Kämpfer is one more ugly joke in a kingdom of millions. Fuck you for happening. Fuck you for me, for us, for everyone. Fuck you.
Well, we hope you enjoyed it as much as we hated every second of it. Right, Jason?
Yeah, look, I gotta go do something real quick. Hi, Rosario Vampire? Yeah, it's Jason. Look, I was young when I said those things about you. I didn't know then what I do now. After Needless, Elfin Lied, Love Hina, Mezzo DSA, and now Kämpfer, there are so many things worse than you, and I'm sorry. I hope we can come to an understanding. Okay, I'm good now. What are we reviewing next time?
High School of the Dead! Sakura reveals her motivation for creating a fighting harem of white Kämpfers and getting rid of Natsuru and his friends is that she is a man-hating lesbian. Really?
Dude, in the very last episode.
In all honesty, I went to go rewatch it because I forgot about it, and I got through 2 episodes.
It's as shitty as you remember, man.
Yeah.
Yes, that is literally like the only explanation I was able to glean from that fucking episode. Because he goes over to her place and he's like, hey, what's going on? She goes like, yeah, I'm the bad guy. I hate men.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
I can play the clip for you if you want.
This is my life now.
Yeah.